both stadiums, of course, being used. And before anything else, my name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through this event. I'll be with you for both the games today. But first up, we've got to pay respect where respect is due, and that's a part of our alma mater always. So we'll start off first with the national anthem of Cambodia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up to our national anthem of Cambodia.
And now for the national anthem of Laos. So that was the national anthem of Laos. It's time for us to get straight into, well, what's up ahead. Let's take a look at the starting lineup first. And right now we're looking at the starting lineup for Team Cambodia. That's going to feature Lai Heng Ret, Vanet Hoot, Vakim Im, Lai Har Kong, Luka Thong Lim, Rado Mon, Nora Leng, Sawan Makara Sin, Sinti Chu, Soka Pat, and David Chanribol. Interesting lads to watch out for. The goalkeeper, of course, is the captain, Lai Heng Ret. And we will move on, besides getting a team shot, which is always customary. I think it's always fantastic to get a team shot. Let's also get you acquainted with the men that keep the wheels of law and order running on the pitch. And that, of course, would be our officials for the day. And here they are. Our main official is Saputra Ryan Nanda of Indonesia. He's being assisted by Hanafia Azizul Alimuddin of Indonesia, and the second assistant referee is Al-Madari Iman Abdul Rahman of Saudi Arabia. Yudi Nurchaya of Indonesia is a fourth official. Always good to see a rose on the field. And it's really nice to have Yudi Nurchaya here. She's an accomplished official, a seasoned well official. Now, we also have a reserve assistant referee, that's Nguyen Lam Minh Dang of Vietnam, and a match commissioner Abu Bakar Mohammed Saifuddin, and a referee assessor Shamsuri Vidya Habiba Binti of Malaysia. We did have our two captains shaking on it. Here we have the lineup for Laos. That'll feature Kop Lokpatit, Petavan Somsanit, Kaman Tapasyut, Arantaza Sipongam, Chantaviksai Kontorpom, Damot Tongkasamwat, Konisavan Kianuchan, Pitir Panthavong, Aliakon Phongsavan, Pausambom Panyawong, and On Petwongsa. That is Yokun Hyuk-jun Ha, who is, well, the man in charge. Well, that's Koji Gyotoku, who is the head coach. We do stand corrected. And that is Hyuk-jun Ha. Koji Gyotoku is the coach of Cambodia, Hyuk-jun Ha the coach of Laos. And that's our bench strength. It's a very, very solid list that we're looking at. We've got players that can come on and, well, replace the talent that might have to vacate the field or that is needed, or when the player is needed to be replaced. Really, really solid, bench strength. I'm very interested to see how this match plays out. You've got Luca Lim in there as well for Cambodia, and he plays for Auckland United in New Zealand. And there he is, Luca Lim. Just 18 years old. One of the star players for the side. Took up the football when he was still in his very young days. He's still in his young days. So in his very young days, it was a natural at it. And we are into the third, event of the ASEAN Under-23 Championship Mandiri Cup 2025. This, of course, is a very, very interesting, game, as I said, and there is, everything that will be written. The story of it will be, on the pitch itself. Throw an opportunity here for Cambodia as they start off. It's going to be it's going to be an eye-opener for, I think, quite a few of us. Remember, as I said earlier, they're two very similar styles of play. And just to, reconfirm the uniforms for you, in the red, it is Laos, and Cambodia are in blue. Throw an opportunity once again. Sokapat will take it. Sending it to Sinticho. Straight back to Vanetwar. Side steps it well. There's definitely intention from Cambodia, just to hold on to possession as much as they can. That would be the game plan here, no doubt about it. Straight back to the keeper. That's Kopulok Pakip. Just gave the ball treatment with his foot. Back to Sinticho. Will send it to Vanethout. Was just trying to figure out will they let that slide by, or did he get a touch of the ball, the keeper? Well, he didn't. He just let it pass by. Smartly played, I'd say, back there by Kopulok Pakip. Quickly arrest that. That's Wongsa. The long ball. It could have been an opportunity here. And I think just getting ahead of him. A decent pass. Did chase it down well. And that's Peter Pantavong. And his coach has a smile on his face. There's a reason for it. Well, he does know that he could. I made a bit of a difference here. there's definitely got to be, well, something in store here for, well, both these teams, and, you know, getting points, keeping in mind the fact that this is a Group B encounter. Just pulling in the points will be very, very important for them, because one of the things that, you know, the teams will have to watch out for, in Group A you've got 4 teams, and that, of course, is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and Brunei. Now, every team will play 3 games in the group stages in that group. In Group B, we've got Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. So we're looking at about, well, 2 games, well, each. Every single point does matter. Move down to Group C, and you've got Thailand, Myanmar, and Timor-Leste. Now, it's very important in the group stages to really make the most of it. Grab those points when you can. Don't drop points. Don't share points. And I'm saying it from a fairly competitive viewpoint. Throw an opportunity will be taken by Petwongsa. Just a challenge there from Konisamon. And the chase from Sumbun Panyapong. To an opportunity once again. This time it'll be taken by Alia Korn Phongsavan. Now that's what you call a well-matched affair. 50% possession per side. And I always get a big thrill out of it whenever you see a game that is well contested, fought, goes down to the wire. I just live to see games like that. Having said that, Cambodia look like they've got a sniffer for goal. It's quick defensive work being done there. Somsonil coming to the rescue. Still trying to make a few inroads, and just get the impression early that Team Cambodia trying to dominate possession as much as they can. I think both teams really taking their time to get I'm not going to say to get, well, things started, but just taking their time to settle down before they can craft, you know, a goal of their own. And I think that would be the right approach here. Well, after this Group B encounter, we've got Myanmar and Timor-Leste who will match wits, and that happens after this game. Back to Senticho, who sent it through to Vanet Hort. Vanet trying to create an opportunity. The long ball will always help. Straight back here. Come on, Tapasiot. Cambodia very, very enthusiastic every time he's stealing the ball. They throw an opportunity, and it's Nora who's going to take it. Nora Leng. Cambodia have definitely got a plan in mind. Here goes Radamon. just in time, but not for too long, as the Cambodia attack comes back into force. Well, it certainly looks like it might be the first skirmish on the field. Nothing really too bad as we look at it. Just a bit of a collision there. And I think that that's going to be, well, important. Just to keep, well, fair play in motion. That could be the best thing. So throw an opportunity there, and I do believe that there's definitely a lot that can come out of this game. Let's once again remind you that we are coming at you live from the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium. I always say Chandrabhaga. And it's a multi-purpose stadium located in Bekasi, which is in West Java. Absolutely beautiful place. I do love the outdoors as well. A lovely stadium. I do remember it had opened up in 1982, and then it was closed for a while from 2012 to 2014. It reopened in 2014. Absolutely beautiful stadium, lovely ground as well. I do like the track around it too. And if you come on the day prior to this, of course, you know, to the game, you will sometimes notice, or during the warm-ups, well, the referees run around the track while the players go about their business on each side of the, on the pitch, depending on what time is allotted to them. But back to the action here. Still nothing's changed as we've crossed the 11-minute mark as Cambodia and Laos still battle it out. It's been a bit of an easy start. I think both sides actually trying to find some inroads, trying to find a way through. Now taking it ahead, trying to move. Oh, just got tangled up in his movement there. There was Lai Har Kong. And the free kick will be granted for Lai Har Kong. Well, with the tackle, the referee is not impressed. Well, was going for the ball, but that resulted in a fairly hard tackle. No damage done, so we're back to the action. 12 minutes in. Let's also give you a bit of information that this tournament will run all the way till the 29th of July, and that makes us really happy campers, and there's a reason for it. Well, being a part of the action here live, there's nothing better than this. And I do urge you, well, if you were in and around the area, I would have urged you to just come and join the action with us. It's been absolutely stunning the way we opened, you know, yesterday. And the semi-finals will be played on the 25th of July. And then on the 26th, there will be the third place match, and finally the finale on the 27th is the third place match, and on the 29th we've got the finale. Which team makes it through? Your guess is as good as mine. Straight back to Ong Petlongsa. And in the back area there. Earlier was Petawan Somsanit. Still no way through. I do believe, surprisingly, Team Laos are actually taking this game to Cambodia. And besides the fact that they play similar styles, they also got similar strength. One taken by Nora Leng. straight back here to Kaman. Kaman Tapasya getting it away from him. Leng, who does get the tug. But just a bit of a nudge, I do believe. Well, whichever team does start scoring will be interesting. If you were with us yesterday, then well, thank you for that. If you joined us today, let's we'll keep you in the loop that the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025 is actually it's the 5th edition of the ASEAN Under-23 Championship, and well, it does come under the ASEAN Football Federation, who have been doing some wonderful work. Vietnam, of course, are 2-time defending champions. We will see them in action there. They will, well, be flashing their skill, and they won the tournament in 2022 and 2023. Do remember that players born on or after 1st January 2002 are not eligible to participate. So still no way through. Not the best efforts there from Team Laos. They've been getting the ball up close towards the goal area, but unable to penetrate that box a couple of times over. They'll just have to put on their thinking caps regarding that one. So quick enough clearance there from Lai Heng Ret. That lad definitely has a good arm on him. Well, one of the hidden skills of a goalkeeper, and something we did not notice, if a goalkeeper takes a throw-in, it's normally it will travel a bit more distance than a normal player's throw-in, unless the player has an exceptional set of pair of arms. Quick run to salvage the ball, but that's going to sail out, so Nora Leng will still do the trot. Let's very quickly remind you, of course, that while Koko Lokpantip sets the ball back into motion, these teams have met on previous occasions, many times actually. And just to run you by those, at the Under-23 in Qatar, Cambodia went down 1-2 to Cambodia, to the Qatar Under-23. Could be an opportunity here, and that's the first goal. Well, that certainly did come out of the red. I can't say it came out of the blue, but absolute magic here from Posombon Panyawong. And Posombon just really pouncing on that. Oh, that is a terrific flick. It's a three-way attack, if you ask me. Lovely assist as well from Peter Pantawong. All it needed was a finish. Steadied himself, had two defenders in front of him, but he was able to fly his way through it. So Posombon Panyawong makes it 1-0 Laos. Well, just when you thought that things were going to get into a bit of a lull, here we go. That's the opening goal of the game, and that's going to turn, well, the match around and how it's going to be played out. And I mean literally by the pace itself. So just what the doctor ordered or prescribed. I was just looking back at most of the games that, Cambodia have played in the past, and they've had quite a few. They did draw, of course, a while back, and that was in the 16th of May 2022. They drew with the Malaysia under-23 2-all. Could be another opportunity in disguise here, and he's just about wasted that. What a miss. We've got to credit him for taking that through. Tamot. Thongkom Savat. Oh, that's a beautiful run. Gets it past 4 lads in blue. Needed a finish on that. Looks like he's got a slight worry there for his ankle. Meanwhile, at the other end, here's Sinti Cho. Cambodia looks like they've made up their minds to go for the attack as well. Actually been quite amazed with the Laos passing, I have to say. And we do have Damot, who's well, he did have, it looked like he had a bit of an ankle worry. But that was an absolutely fantastic goal. 2 passes, a striker steadying himself, and then the attack. It's very pleasant weather today, unlike yesterday was a bit humid, but today it's absolutely pleasant. Lovely setting as well for a game. Not too many structures around, the stadium, so you can feel a bit of the breeze coming through, and it's kind of really refreshing for the senses. Captain Petnavan, well, talking to his lads. He does understand, of course, that it's very important to keep his lads grounded. That was an absolutely lovely strike there. And it's back to the action on the pitch. So 1 goal in the bag and 1 goal to get, well, the fever started. Did get a view of a couple of the Laos supporters down. Family, friends, fans. It's just a phenomenon in the Southeast Asian region. Well, the restart there. And the phenomenon in the Southeast Asian region is that well, with all the lads, they're pretty much used to a couple of things. Culture can be quite close, not absolutely close, but quite close. There's always a common thread. There's a common thread in the food. There's a common thread in the way that they play. That's Kop Lokpatip. And he sent that ball back into play. We've gone past the first quarter of the game. We've just got 1 goal for the count, but that goal has been a very impressive one from Team Laos. And I think Cambodia just need to tighten those bolts a little bit on that defense lines. Well spotted there by, well, keeper Lai Heng Ret. He did see the oncoming danger, because I do believe that the lads in red, once they get close to the opposition's box, well, they really start their sprint. And they're chasing everything down, so that's, I do believe that's quite impressive from them. called away just in time. Nora Leng gets behind it, slips it to Lai Hor Kong. Looking for a bit of a helping hand there from David Chambi Ball. It does look like we've got a worry there for one of the lads in Laos. And I think it was a left ankle thing. I don't know whether he sprained it. That's Damot Thongkam Sawat. And definitely asking for a change. Looks like he did injure himself. Well, tomorrow will be a day of rest for the teams and the players that get, of course, to do their own training as well as the warm-ups. But action will resume, of course, the day after that, on the 18th. And it does look like we might see Damot still return back to, well, the action. I think the physio was just checking in on him, and I can actually see him. He's in my vision currently. 63% possession Cambodia, 37% Laos. So it really has been well, the lads in red, who haven't had too much of possession but have yet scored. That ball's just going to slide away. Opportunity in disguise just to keep it safe. It's Peter Pantawong, who's been chasing everything that he can. There goes Nora Leng. Does get the nudge. The referee will grant it to, well, Team Cambodia. And it was Konisawan, Kyonu Chan, who did try to get Nora Leng off his feet. And Nora Leng standing his ground. Corner for Team Cambodia. Just spotting something. Got an opportunity. Every single corner counts. I don't believe that it was possible to create anything out of that, but all said and done, we are approaching that 30-minute mark here. Well, he's done well to hold on to that, but it looks like he might have injured himself there on his knee. So, Pandawan was right behind, but it's Kopi Lokpatip, I think, who did collide there. And it was with Cambodia's Sona Makara Sin. Was clutching his left knee. But sometimes with the boot does strike that, and it's a yellow card for Makara. I think that's a good call by the referee. not really needed sometimes, those moves. And this is what transpired. Well, he did see the approaching goalkeeper, so that's detrimental play. And keeper Lokpatip will be checked on. It's actually a four-way pass if you talk about it. Started off at number 22, Owen Petwongsa. It went to number 9, that's Konisavan Keonu Chan, who then sent it to Peter Pantawong, and finally Peter Pantawong sending it to Posombon Panyawong. So 3 passes in succession, and the 4th one, of course, turned out to be a strike. Here's Vanet Hoot. And Aung will take the throne for Team Laos. Few words coming there from the coach. That, of course, is the coach of Team Laos. Nora Leng. Very interestingly, Nora Leng, of course, does buys trade for a club as well. Posombon will have to do the trot back. Long ball, chasing it down, as we can see. That's Chantaviksai. So all said and done, it's still a very, very interesting encounter that we've seen 33 minutes of, and good to see that Kop Lokpatip is well back in action. Well, collisions are always going to happen in a game, there's no doubt about it. And sometimes it just depends on how that boot lands, whether it goes plumb into the knee or, just above it or below it. And all that tells a story, but the Laos goalkeeper is all right. Still a way to get one through, and I do believe that if Cambodia can do that, they will get the equalizer. That's a quick run that we're looking at from Radomon. It's almost like a sea of red falling back and a sea of blue, with blue being in the waves in between. Getting too close for comfort to the opposition's goal, and that was Ali Akon from Savina. And there's going to be an opportunity here. There always is. Because every time there's the corner, Nora Leng will take it. Can Cambodia make the difference here? Quick defensive measures being taken there by Konesavan. And that's going to be a bit of a blinder. No way it's going to find the target, but all the same, I do believe this is what Cambodia need to do. They need to come and step it up, walk him in while doing his best here. So 10 minutes shy of hitting the 45. Laos, of course, still hold that that single goal lead over their opponents, and it's been a good start. Was looking back at the possession, 64% for Cambodia, 36 for Laos. Laos have had 3 attempts on target. Cambodia have yet to come up with one of their own. Oh, that is a terrific block put up there. Some decent defensive work. And it's David Chandrabol. Well, he was staring at the action, waiting to avoid the offside trap. I think that was originally what he intended. And another opportunity arises here. Familiar position for Nora Leng. He relishes the thought of, starting probably a potential goal from here, but this time, once again, it's pretty much the same as Konesavan. There's the danger, and I do believe that's what what Laos have actually had going for them. They've tried to make sure that, well, that ball doesn't get too close for comfort. So Nora Leng, he's got an interesting story. He was born in Phnom Penh in Cambodia. Plays as a left back or a left winger. Currently plays for Team Visakha. India's Gopi Lokpatip. So Nora Leng is interesting, and the reason why I pulled him up is actually, he played with Visakha. The current team is Visakha. He also, in his youth, played for Visakha, and he played for Prey Wing. He's had 4 appearances for Cambodia so far since 2021. Here from the outside, looking to craft an opportunity. Sent forward by Vanit Hoot. Just managed to keep it out of harm's way for just a bit, Konesavan. And one of the things, of course, that you can see from the screen, if you look at it very clearly, is that, well, we've got the lights that have come on, and that's what I was saying earlier. It's one of those days when temperature's been just about right, and it's also not too sunny. Nora Leng with the delivery. There might be something in here, and that's glanced away. Opportunity there. David Chandrabol needed to guide that home. And this is what Nora Leng's been trying to do. He's been pecking away at that ball flank. And here we go. Chanvi ball puts it past the near post at a massive angle as well. I do believe Kop Lakpatit will have, well, his hands full. He has had them full for the entire stretch of this encounter so far. So throw an opportunity. Laos still very much with it. They do want another goal. And I think after that first strike, well, you know, Cambodia also just about getting the out defense to cover more ground, to look a bit sharper. So there we have it, Cambodia 0, Laos 1. Pass back there from Wakimim. So just a little over 4 minutes left of hitting the 45 here. Oh, just in case you didn't know, that Noraling is, of course, well, he's mixed, he's of Ghanaian descent. That's pulled away just in time by Kaman Tapasiut. And that will be granted. And that's what well did transpire there. Just looked like it was a bit of a rough move, definitely tackled. And the guilty party this time, Wakimim. I don't think there should be too many stoppages because we haven't had any delays as such, maybe about a minute or two at the max. But having said that, I'm going to leave that to the match officials. Oh, that's a beautiful long ball and needed a touch. It just needed a touch. But it was never going to be easy. So that possession has remained pretty much the same, but 2 attempts from Cambodia on goal as compared to 3 of Laos. Laos, of course, converting one of those. Was taking that one through, and I've got to say, that's good defensive work. So, corner from the other side now. Team Cambodia have been getting their fair share of opportunities, and you can't deny that. Well, it suddenly looked like they could make a bit of a difference here. It's pulled away. That defense in red has been really strong, and that's a bit of a loose shot, but he'll give the ball the treatment. Radamon. Cambodia will just need to be a bit more assertive in their statements here in front of the Laos goal. And it's another corner. The corners have been pouring down like crazy for them. And it's interesting as we get into the next one. Straight off another player. This time standing in the path was Dhamot. Will have to tread carefully. Well, did have a slight bit of a worry there for his knee. Still, Cambodia are looking for that equalizer, and if they can get it, I do believe it'll be, well, pretty much even Stevens. So 2 minutes of added time has been thrown into the mix for stoppages. We did have, of course, well, 2 minor sprains or injuries, and you know, those players were back on the pitch, so no worries at all for us. And that's going to be turned away by Kopi Lokpatip. I do stand corrected, that's actually Kop Lokpatip. Well, needed a bit of helping hand, and I think it's been a step too many for our lads in blue. So Cambodia, well, they look to make a splash here. Team Laos also look to take something out of this. So here we go back again. Bit of a rumble there right in front of the Laos goal area. And it certainly looks like there might be something in store here, but Laos will have been very good in turning things around. Well, just a little over 20 seconds left. And I do believe there might be an opportunity to score. Anantasa Sipongham, well, does get a helping hand up there. And that's from Lai Hor Kong. Referee will say play on as Aranthaza Siopongpan takes the free kick. It's a decent enough delivery. Could be another opportunity here. Was just taking that one through. Oh, that is called absolutely a good backup, but a corner might be more up the order. And you want to grab that opportunity by the horns. I'll look at that run in. Totally had his way through. He would have on Pentwongsa, but played the smart thing, decided to pass it to his teammate instead for the strike. And I think that that is so important, because if you go solo sometimes and you're just going to go straight into the opposition's defense. This will probably be our last bit of action for well, this game. Sorry, for this half. And it will be the corner for Team Laos. Can they make the most of it? Referee not happy with the way that the lads are socializing. Oh, I mean that sarcastically. But yeah, you need to keep the peace before you can actually go with the corner or the free kick. Spot kicks are entirely different. That's another miss. Oh, that would have been a bullet from the head, but that's well saved. Absolutely marvelous save here from Lai Heng Roth. And what an attempt. What a way to end this first period. And Team Laos are turning on the heat here. It's been pleasant, as I said, the weather. So Team Laos just bringing it. What an amazing first period. Let's remind you once again that this is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandari Cup 2025, and at half-time on the back of that goal scored by Pausombon Panyawong. It is Cambodia 0, Laos 1. Well, do stay with us. We'll come back with second half action in just a little bit. Get yourself a bit of refreshment and maybe even just a glass of water. But don't forget to join us, because this game has still a lot of depth and action left in it, and you don't want to miss it. I'll be back in just a little bit.
1 minute. Come on, quickly. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Ya, ini ya. Hah? Udah, nomor 8. Berapa, Mas? Berapa orang itu?
So welcome back to second half action as our teams, of course, regroup. Let's remind you that this is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025, and you, of course, are being treated to a really, really delightful, display of skill. And if you were, that's a great thing about, anything to do with the ASEAN region. Expect the unexpected, and that's what makes it such a joy. So that's what we're looking at today. Absolutely stunning play from Laos to start off that first period. So it was Cambodia 0, Laos 1 at the break, and that's how we resume play in the second half. There we go. And it is Panya Wong, of course, who is the sole goal scorer. That's Pausambon Panyan Wong. We've also got a substitution. We've had, Lai Har Kong, who has been replaced by Soknet Hao. And that, I do believe, will be, of course, a plan that the coach has in mind. Soknet is also known to be quite a pacey player and versatile, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do in the second period. Laos are pretty much sticking to that lineup that they started with, but that might change. So Cambodia, of course, enjoying a lion's share of the possession, 66% as compared to 34 for Laos. 2 attempts on goal by Cambodia, 4 for Laos. And I think this is one thing that has to be taken into account, and that, of course, is even yesterday, the Philippines did not have as much possession as Team Malaysia, but they were the team that won that game by scoring 2 goals. And it's just a rule in football. It's just kind of standard in football when you think about it. It's goals that win you matches, not possession. Having said that, it gives you a bit of a story as to how teams work. Some teams will just let the other team tire out, by gaining possession and striking when the iron is hot. Opportunists. And I do believe that opportunists in football win games. But all said and done, this game is not yet done. It's still a good, second half left. It's been quite inspirational from, Sokapat even earlier. Was trying to, find a pathway for his teammates to strike. Now here's Sinti Cho, sends it to the left flank. Nora Leng. Will be a throw-in opportunity. Nora Leng takes it. I did say this earlier, of course, that he is of Ghanaian descent, and that's definitely going to be a caution. Sinti Chu picking up a yellow card for tugging on Konisewan Keonu Chan's jersey. I would have said he just likes the color, but not in this case. He's actually a very good player, Sinti Chu. Plays passionately for his team. Well, the last thing you want to do is really pick up too many cautions in a tournament like this, because especially key players, you're definitely needed for the next game. And it's standard. You pick up 2 yellow cards and you probably would get the marching orders. And Lai Heng Ret The keeper just getting a helping hand from his teammate, Joachim Im. So it back to Luka. Luka also has been trying to create Luka Lim. His full name is Luka Thong Lim. Luka is still, very young. If you look at his age, he's 18 years old and very recently moved to Auckland United. He used to play for Melville United, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the number 10 for Cambodia. It will be interesting to see what he can do in today's game. And once more, bit of a worry there for Konisavan. The official just asking him to take a breather before he gets back on. So interestingly, while Luka Thong Lim does play for Cambodia, and proudly, but when he plays for a club in New Zealand, he's known to be a creative playmaker that possesses fantastic energy. I just spoke about him. Here goes Luka. Good pass there to Sokhao. Trying to make a difference was David Chandribol. Throw an opportunity. Sokhao Phat will take it. And that's into no man's land, so throw and taken. Sokhao Phat and Luka working well on the right, Nora Leng on the left. Well, if you look at Cambodia and look at their skill strength, they've got everything that's needed to really strike. Got some quality skilled players there. Will be a throw-in opportunity here. It's on Patongsa. Will take it. Well, I just wanted to tell you a bit, if you're wondering, right here in the tournament, of course, in the Mandiri Cup 2025, literally it is day 2 of the event. But if you're looking at just Group B, it's match day 1 of 3. And, sometimes, well, I forget that too, and just to be politically correct, but that's the right thing. It's match day 1 of 3, because you've got 3 teams in there, and you're going to have, 3 days of action. So it will be interesting. It will be really interesting. It's back to Damot. Chasing it down from the outside. Yes, Konisavan was able to just arrest it for his teammates. Well, still looking for a way through as Cambodia take control now. Well played there by Sokhao Phat. Laos definitely playing the passing game, and they're doing it extremely well. They've been fairly slick, I should say, and that one's just passed through. I had to open my mouth. Sokapat, well, just clamping in on that one.
Stop.
But all is not lost as Laos still get possession. It's a throw-in opportunity. It's taken by Ali Akon. Sokapat will get behind it. Well, I don't know what transpired there, but we've got a player down. And it's Soknat Hao. Well, he's the new lad on field, and I do believe does bring in a bit of energy. And then Taza Sipongpan will take the kick here. Well, 6 attempts on goal with 3 on target for Laos. Cambodia have had 2 attempts, but none have been on target. And I think it's just time for them to really, dig deep for this one. You lose a game and you lose points. You draw a game and you share points. It's not always desirable, but it really does matter when it comes to. And I think it's all about which team shines on that day with a bit more of hunger. As I said, both these teams are very, very well balanced. Oh, what an opportunity! And he's actually put it away from the target. That is an absolutely wasted opportunity. Beautiful setup, lovely assist. All it needed was a finish. And he really had clear vision of the target there, Soknet. He's definitely going to rule that miss right in front of the target. Got to get a view of that. Well, easy for me to talk, but all the same. And there we go. I think he was just about, taken by surprise by the oncoming Lokpatip. He was trying to outdo the keeper, and that one's just sailed away. So I think a really good opportunity for Cambodia. Slipped through their fingers there for an equalizer, but having said that, there's 35 minutes still left in this game, so anything could change. So do keep in mind the fact that if Laos do win this game, they will sit at the top of the table. Now they've got one team in there that both these teams will be concerned about, and that's the Vietnam under-23. They've won this competition twice in the past. They are in terrific form as well. And the same goes for Myanmar and Timor-Leste, where they've got Thailand in there. And in the under-23, over the years, Thailand has been a powerhouse too. So it's also great experience, and for these lads to go up against, past winners. Because that brings out the best in skill. What a goal that is! What a goal that is! Sokapat just left the entire Lao back line while watching. That is, it just looked like another walk in front of the opposition's box. That is a surprise goal. Much needed here. Cambodia back in business. It's now 1-1. You've got to get a view of that. Well, Chanvi ball right out there. Got Nora Ling involved. And here's Sokapat, just took it gingerly, looked like he was going to pass it, and uses that left footer to deposit it at home. Lovely accuracy. Very comfortable goal for him. And it's all about mind over matter. Decided he was going to take it. No passing there, no assists. And that's done the job. So it's 1-1 here. And game on back again at the Patriot Chandrabagha Stadium. So we've got a contest on here now. And if you just look back at even that first 45, the two lads who've been really working the grid here, one of course has been Nora Leng, absolutely phenomenal down that left flank. And then you've got Sokapat down the right. He's got the pace. He's quick to pounce on a ball, quick to steal possession. And now, of course, he's going great guns here. He will deliver. Who's going to accept it? The Laos defense, of course, gets into action. We've got a player down, so our referee's just going to go back and check on him. Escaped one tackle, escaped a second tackle. Oh, wonderful. Sokapat is turning this game around here today. And that's all it takes, isn't it? The power of one. To change things or to bring about a change. "22 years old. He plays for Naga World, Sokapat. Here's an interesting thing about Sokapat. While he plays on the right flank, his natural side to play is actually the left. But the foot he likes to strike best with is actually his left foot. And that's very interesting, because most of his passes actually come with his right foot. But interestingly, he's one of those footballers that loves to strike with his unorthodox foot. Leaves you with something to think about. But he can play with both feet, and he's a very versatile player. We do have, of course, the player being stretchered off. A corner opportunity. Nora Leng will take it. Oh, that is some defensive work being done here. Excellent job by Kaman Tapasiot to clear the danger. There's definitely a chance of that ball going in. Comes to the aid of his keeper, and that is quick thinking on his part. Well, just before the line. So Kaman Tapasiot, well, just saving his team the blushes here. While Luka Lim gets ready to take the corner. Flighting that delivery. An opportunity here to do something, and that's tipped over. Lok Patip. Also putting on his best here. Did have to just tip that over the crossbar, but he does well. The Lao goalkeeper. Well, so needed in this case. And here we go. If you've got to lead, you've got to lead by example. And Petavan pulling it away, but not for too long, as possession stolen. Cambodia now looking a lot stronger. Their body language a lot more positive as well. And as I said, it's that one goal makes such a big difference. Sinti Cho gets it across to Nora Leng. Nora Leng with the delivery into the box. Sokonet Hav. Just wondering whether his arm well caught Anantaza. Well, yes, it did. His elbow. And Soknat Hav is quite a tall lad. We've got a change as well, as well, two lads coming. And that's Makara Tum and Mengbong So. he did have an injury earlier, so that does make a bit of a difference. And another collision there. We've got Wakim Im who's down, as well as, well, Peter Pantawong. A bit unfortunate there. And the changes will roll as we've got Salungse Ponmawong who comes in now. So Oliakon Phongsavan is replaced by Salungse Ponmawong. Just keeping a check on proceedings here, and that is Lai Hang Red. Here's Peter. Well, does take the free kick. That's a pretty hard tackle, if you ask me. The referee not impressed with that. That's a very nifty tackle. Actually handled two birds with one shot. Gotta credit him for that. Pettavan Somsanit, the captain, touched the ball first, but also the player. And what a split-second difference. That is a craft, if you ask me. And it's one of the things that we've always said in the ASEAN region. You know, if you followed it over the years, and you're a fan of it like I am, well, you'll see, well, each team brings their own bag of tricks and talent to the pitch. And the referee not happy with that, but he's actually got away with it. That was Salungse Ponmawong, guilty of bringing down Makarathum. Quick appeal from him, just asking the referee. That's my first, well, foul. And I think it's a good call by the referee as well. Well, there's always going to be a bit of, you know, physical aggression in the game. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's such a fine line that the referees really excel with that. And it's something that lay people like us, well, aren't always able to decide on. And that's the reason why you have such amazing officials, you know, in the sport itself. And we've got some of the finest here. I have run into them over the last couple of days, and amazing lads. Really stay abreast of everything that's happening, every rule, regulation, and they stay fit. They have to. The amount of running that a referee does, it's almost like being a footballer without actually playing with the ball. And many referees, of course, are former footballers, that they played at least at university level, school level. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not about running around and just about you know, calling the shots, but basically it is about staying absolutely fit. Oh, what a save that is, straight into the waiting arms. Sinti Cho decides to make a call. It looks like you know, that, and that looks like a counter-attack at the other end. So Lok Potip with the save first, and now Lai Hang Ret for Cambodia with the save at the other end. And I did say this earlier, and I was bang on about it. I said, regardless of possession, these two teams are so well matched. They play very similar styles. They've got a few tricks up their sleeve and very nifty passes. Look at that tackle a while back. Absolutely well done. So 68 minutes in, it's still Cambodia 1, Laos 1. Anyone's game to win here today or this evening, and it'll be interesting. Sokapat finding his way through there to Mengong Sao. Mengong Sao unable to carry that through. Sokapat will acknowledge that as it goes in the favor of Team Cambodia. It was Pausambon Panyawong who was right behind him, but not deemed as fair play. Here's Sinti Chow. Good limb. Good pass there from Palawan. Oh, that's Wakimim, sorry. Pop is not taking any ball chances here to let the opposition get too close for comfort. I think that's the right thing to do in this case. We've got another change coming on as Chantaviksai will come off and he'll be replaced by Saifon. Saifon Kyohanam comes in for Chantaviksai. Kontompon. Lovely pass there from Nora Leng. Just going for the long shot here, Meng Hong Sao, but it wasn't going to hit the target. Was just looking back at the past couple of games that have been played over the years, and you can't really take those into account because some of them go back to as far back as 2023. But in September 2023 at home, Cambodia had an amazing win over, or they drew with Lebanon under 23 2-all. And then, of course, they got the better of Brunei under 23 5-0. It's been a while since they've won at home. On the other hand, if you look at Laos, August 23, they had a 2-all finish with the Philippines under 23. They also drew 2-all with Singapore in May 2022. And defeated the Malaysia under-23 team in February 2022, 2-0, and that was at Malaysia. So they're a very gutsy team. Having said that, Cambodia are a very skillful team as well, and that's pulled away from Nora Leng. And both teams are aware that they'd like to go in for the win. We've got another player down. That looks like it's a bit of a cramp, probably the calf muscle or maybe the hamstring. He will get that treated. A couple of Cambodia supporters here. There's a few Laos supporters as well. I did see them earlier. They've come with their percussion instruments too. And that's an absolutely fabulous goal from Sokapat. Well, if you just look at that goal again and its movement, it will remind you of, not really comparing, but that style of play is very unique, and probably due to his height as well. It, well, his glimpses probably inspired by the late great Maradona. It's just that unique, quick style of play, where you stay closer to the ground and basically keep the ball with you. I think that was absolutely fantastic, that goal. And then that save, another stunning save from Tapasiot. So what a lad gets tended to. Just a bit of a breather here for everyone.
No.
So we've got a substitution, and the reason that we have that, of course, is because, well, I do believe Radamon is, well, injured, maybe just more than a cramp. And he's been replaced by Lani Mat. So that's really a wonderful goal. That's a goal, you don't see too often. And I'm sure that, well, the opposition just thought he was going to set that up or assist somebody else. And that's really the surprise element there. And we've got another change as Pausambon Pandewong comes off. And in for him it is Bompang Sesombat. Well, I was just looking at the game and I've got an absolutely fantastic view. I do love the way the stadium is constructed, actually. Really, really beautiful. Here goes Sokapat back again. I think just a slight bit of a slip up there with that interception. And that was Meng Hong Su. What is very interesting about this encounter is the fact that if you look at it, it was Laos that really dictated the pace in the first, well, 45, even though they had, well, a smaller share of possession. And here in the second period, it is Cambodia that's dictating. It's almost like a game of two halves, if you ask me. Having said that, it's too early to call it because it's only 77 minutes in, and there will be a bit of added time for stoppages. We've had a couple of injuries in this, in the second 45. It hasn't been, well, as easy as the first. And that's because both these teams have been going hammer and tongs at each other. You can see that both want the win. Lovely back pass there. Chance to create an opportunity, but Laos will claim it. And now Luka Lim gets on top of it. Luka Lim sending it back to Wakim. Wakim finds Vit An. Yes. One net hoot. Might be something in the air for Karatum. Corner. will be more than appreciated, as always. Smakarathun does well. Kopp sends that ball back into play. But this is beginning to look a tad bit dangerous with that straight into the waiting arms of keeper Lai Heng-ret. Lovely run though from Peter Pantavong. Well, did get away to a good start there, but he did have the defender walk him in on his tail. Here's Sinthi Chow. Vidwan. Sokapat almost getting it, and well, that's going to be granted definitely to Laos, because it was Vidwan guilty of an infringement there, and Sokapat as well. Got his jersey tucked twice. Who's not too happy about that? Ananthaza Sipongpan. Few collisions, but that's not going to matter too much. I do believe that Laos will know that if they work really hard down that area, there might be something in it for them. Soknet called for the action there by the official. It's going to be a free kick. Laos as Peter Pantavong steps up to take it. Safely taken by Lai Heng-ret. No worries here as the Cambodia keeper has alerted the danger. He's got the better be safe than sorry approach for this one. Well, 9 minutes left in this encounter, plus a bit of added time for stoppages. Well, one of the key things I think that the coaches would have done is really to view what happened in that first period. The Cambodia defense also beginning to look, rock solid for this part. Just a brief on the Cambodia coach, Koji Gyotoku. Well, he's a Shizuoka native. Played as a defender in his day. He played for Tokai University and then, of course, for Werder Bremen too, for a year in Germany in the Bundesliga. He also played for Toyota Motors for a couple of years. Moved on to become a manager. He's managed a couple of big teams. Opportunity in disguise, you would think, but Won Kim standing right in the path there of Saifon Kyohanam. So, the current manager of Cambodia, Koji Gyotoku, he's managed Shimizu S-Pulse in Japan, Omiya Dija, FC Gifu. He's also managed Bhutan, Nepal under 23, Cambodia under 21, 23, under 17, all the way from 2019 to 2025. He's been involved with Cambodian football, and from 2024 onwards, of course, also with the Cambodia national team. Corner opportunity. Not much to take from that, but the second time around might be better. Going in for the short corner this time. I think that's smartly done there by Peter Pantawong. So it's got a bit of a worry there. Got a knock on his leg. We still have a player down inside the box as well. And the medical team is just waiting there with the stretcher. They've had to come on a few times today. And I do believe this... Well, this has been a very, very hard-fought contest. There's no doubt about it. It's not just the thrills that we're looking at, but all seems to be well as our lads do get back up and about. We do have, of course, one lad who's still down, and that's Peter Pantawong. So we've got a substitution. Sokapat is replaced by Narong Kon. That was such a quick run. Absolutely quick run there. And I do believe it was actually well, David Chambi Ball was probably close behind the attacker that time around. To an opportunity be taken by On Hetwongsa. It's all said and done. It's been, well, a very, very well contested encounter between these two in the Mandari Cup 2025. And I think, well, if they play in the same vein, I would be very keen on seeing how they perform against, you know, Vietnam. And Soket Hao will get back to the fold. Pass back from Wanet Hoot. Here's Luka Lim. Getting it to Sinti Chow. Sinti Chow will shift it to Nora Leng. Nora Leng getting a bit of a helping hand from Makara Thum. And Laos will claim possession back again. So it's still, well, 1-1 here. And Peter Pantawong, well, wants a change. He's got a bit of a problem with his right ankle. And that was Peter Pantawongo. He had Nora Leg on his tail. It was a pacey run from him. And Nora Lang getting his left foot first to the ball to save the day there. Off to Luca. Luca with the delivery that will be collected, and he'll hold on to it. Lokpatip. So 5 minutes of added time, that's what we have, and I did say this earlier that there would be a bit more due to the stoppages. So 5 minutes of added time is what we have. Opportunity here for Laos. Was trying to create a few pathways here on Petwongsa. To lock him. Oh, just got tangled up in his own run. And the official's going to call that. Narongkorn is taking it through really well. And losing possession by himself. And he did trip there. It wasn't really. Oh, actually, he did. Well, he did trip Petavan Somsanit, the captain. Lokpatip deciding to give that ball a bit of distance rather than have it too close to him with the lads in blue around. Narongkorn. Safon trying to make a bit of a difference. The official not happy with that play from Salungsei. Pamawong. Did grab at Narongkorn. So just to keep you in the loop, of course, soon after this game, we will have a small break before we get started with the next one, and that, of course, will be just as interesting. This is a Group B encounter, and as well, the Cambodian lads do get a free kick that's taken safely by Lokpatip. Wanetut. Well, just I won't say that's a bit of intimidation, but just with a move there, and the keeper not happy. He played his part too. So this is a Group B encounter. Soon after this, of course, today we've still got a Group C encounter. That'll be match day 1 for Group C as well. That's being played right here at this beautiful stadium, which is the Patriot Candrabaga Stadium. And we are coming at you live from Bekasi, Indonesia, which is, of course, West Java. Absolutely wonderful place. Great setting for a game like this. Quick defensive measures being taken by the captain of Laos. And Cambodia are persistent here. Sinthi Chow just restoring it for Luka Lim. It's back to Sinthi. Or decides to draw him. Their teammate Vitvan, who's been around. It's off to Nora Leng. Nora Leng sending it to Vanet Hoot. It's back to Luka. And Karathum. Ambush there. It's Wakim. Luka Lim back again. That's going to go in favor of Laos with Makara Thum. Guilty of another move. Just stuck a foot out there. And it's on Petvongsa who was brought down. And that's pretty much it. As this Group B encounter, well, is brought to an end by referee Saputra Ryan Nanda of Indonesia. It's been a very, very interesting battle. And I do believe a game of 2 halves, with a goal scored, of course, in the first period by Pausombon Pandiawong for Laos. And then, of course, it was Sokapat who scored in the second period for Cambodia. Final score, it's Cambodia 1, Laos 1. Well, I do hope you enjoyed our coverage of this encounter. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'll be back with you for the next game. So do take a bit of a breather if you want, but make sure you join us back again, because this action happens only once, and it's not going to return back again. So we'll see you in just a little bit.
Stand by. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I will question your equalizer in the second half changed the game. How did the moment feel for you personally?
សម្រាប់តបខ្លួនរបស់យើងចូលតង់នេះពីយើងតាមស្មើតើសម្រាប់អារម្មណ៍តបខ្លួនយើងមិនដែរ
ខ្ញុំមានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្ សប្បាយចិត្តក៏ប៉ុន្តែពួកយើងចង់បានលទ្ធផលមួយដែលល្អជាងនឹងគឺត្រូវការ3ពិន្ទុតែពួកយើងធ្វើអត់បាន
Yeah, actually, he glad that we can come back to equalizer, but actually, he think that we want to get 3 points to win, but we cannot get.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you opened the scoring early in the 18th minute. What was going through your mind after the goal?
เจ้ายิงในนาทีที่ 18 เนาะเอายิงนำก่อนเลยจะรู้สึกอย่างไร